Hey, Victoria.
Yes.
Why were the farmers gossiping about the jack-o'-lantern?
Oh, I don't know. I wanted to come up with something.
It gave them pumpkin to talk about.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking. Okay, well, I wouldn't have come up with that.
Trying to think of like a real joke. Like this is going to be anything but the dumbest response you could possibly imagine.
I tried.
Welcome to Everything's Dumb. My name is Kate.
My name is Victoria.
And today we were talking about the modern lack of manners. Today's lack of manners.
Gross.
Today's manners crisis.
Okay.
If you will.
Yeah. I think, crisis is fitting.
Sure. But first.
Okay.
It's fall. I know it doesn't feel like fall because we're sweating, but it's actually officially fall at this point. The last episode that came out last Monday was the first day of fall, and we didn't say anything because we record these in advance. But it is officially fall.
What? We record these moments before they come out.
The day that they come out.
Thank God.
Okay.
It's fall.
Thank fall, it's fall. That's what she was going to say.
I expect to curse a lot in this episode. The episode about manners.
Why not start it off?
Well, I just figured I would save it for. Thank fucking God it's fall, you know? This has been a really rough summer.
It's okay. I'm not even going to start shitting on summer. I'm just going to talk about how amazing fall is. Fall is the best. Fall is the best season.
Mm-hmm.
The only complaint I used to have when I was younger about fall was that it was back to school time.
Yeah.
And you had to go back to school. Now as an adult, fucking love fall because it's back to school time and none of the kids are everywhere. You don't have to run into kids at random times on random weekdays.
They're not all over the gym in like packs. They travel in packs. Yeah. They're not clogging up, I don't know, the grocery store.
Anything, anywhere. They're
busy.
They're locked away for several hours a day.
Thank God.
Several days throughout the week, which is lovely. I mean, obviously the weather is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
With the fall fashion is my favorite kind of fashion because it's like you get to
layers.
Dress in layers and you get to use the best colors, like the deep greens and the deep purples and the like burnt oranges.
The oranges, the browns.
Yes. The fall colors are all so amazing.
Yes. The lack of sweat.
Another thing, I mean, like you can dress in layers, but you don't have to. It's not like winter where you just have to pack on layers. It's like you can add layers for fun and for fashion and for looks. The thing that I always forget about with the fall, that I don't know how I always forget about this, TV is back. Because with streaming, you're just used to like stuff coming out all the time.
Yeah.
But if you actually like, which I actually like, a few shows that are on like regular network TV, that all comes back and I always forget and I'm like, oh my God, there's new episodes coming out because it's September.
That's a good point. Oh yeah, and even a lot of shows on streaming, they'll come out on like FX or what are networks? ABC. Yeah, I think the new season of Alabit Elementary is
Alabit Elementary.
Like I said in the last episode, I'm done correcting myself. We all know what show I'm talking about. Okay. I think the next season is about to come out. So yeah, even if it is on streaming like the next day.
Yes.
Yeah, the fall is when
Alabaster's Elementary comes back and it's amazing. Yes.
It's the opposite of Alabaster. I fucking love that show.
Also,
so good.
I mean, there's so many good shows out right now, but I love like forgetting about the fact that, oh my God, they're all going to come back.
Yeah.
Also, obviously the best holiday happens in the fall, the absolute greatest holiday that I look forward to more than anything else throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
And Halloween.
Well, okay. I assume you're talking about your birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say 2 out of the 3 best actual holidays, which I would say, the main three. And this is why the fall is such a wonderful time of year. Because you have, in terms of holidays, you have, first of all, the weather starts to cool down, depending on where you live. And then you have Halloween. A month later, you have, what was that? Sounds like a screw just fell out of something. I guess we'll find out. A month later, you have Thanksgiving. A month later, you have Christmas. Christmas is obviously in the winter, but whatever. But yeah, now that I'm friends with you, it's your brother's birthday.
Yep.
A week later, it's your birthday.
Yep.
Approximately a week later, it's Halloween.
Yep.
Approximately, 2 weeks later, it's Brian's birthday.
So the way that his birthday is falling this year, we're probably going to celebrate it the week after.
His is like in the middle of the week.
It's on like a Wednesday this year or Tuesday I think it's a Tuesday actually. So we'll celebrate it the week. So yeah, I love the fall. My liver is not as big of a fan because of that, because it's literally weekend after weekend.
As if the fall is the only time of year.
But it's like, it's not just drinking.
It's required.
It's like balls to
heavy,
the wall,
yeah.
kind of. Like my brother's birthday is on a Saturday. The following Sunday, not the next day, but the following week Sunday is my birthday. The following Friday is Halloween. The following Saturday we'll celebrate Brian's. It's a full month of like hardcore partying.
And then 2 weeks later is Thanksgiving, which I know not everyone cares about Thanksgiving, but I am such a glutton. I love a holiday that, in my opinion, is just based around food. It's just a bunch of food, the best food. Brown food is the best food. We all know that. Thanksgiving is whiskey. It's hot toddies. It's wine.
Yep.
It's pie.
Yep.
It's so good.
I mean, arguably you could do that on any day, but yes. Yes.
Yeah, but it's nice to have an excuse.
Sure.
It's nice to eat, like, every meal that you eat for 3 straight days weighs a good 8 pounds.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you are being a patriot.
Right.
I am a good American.
Part of the season. It's not a problem.
No, it's not a problem. I have pride in my country.
And the Pilgrims.
Yeah. Hard to say these days. But when Thanksgiving rolls around, I will be a good American woman and I will just shovel the mashed potatoes into my face.
Yeah.
But it's my duty as an American. Yeah.
But first.
Yes, first Halloween. I am getting nervous because I just cannot for the life of me think of a costume. But I'm going to start my Bob's Burgers rewatch.
There you go.
We're going to come up with something. We're going to do it.
Yep. You could be the dragon with the girl tattoo.
I sure could. What would that involve? Just like a bunch of green sparkly makeup and I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We're going to figure something out. I'm sure there will be many more intros Halloween based, but I just wanted to celebrate fall and all of the wonderful happening. Fall colors, fall flavors. It's like
maple, cinnamon, nutmeg.
Just warm.
Lots of pumpkin. I love pumpkin.
Wonderful. Happiness.
Yeah.
Apples.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I mean, this summer, I think I just said like an hour ago to you, this has been a rough summer.
Yeah.
It's been rough. Yeah. I think I've gotten the least amount of sleep this summer that I've
12 hours of sleep
that I've gotten since college.
Yep.
Throughout the entire summer. I think it's an average of 5 hours a night.
We need a good fall meal and then a nice hibernation.
Yes.
Let's go do that.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'm very excited about fall. We've earned it.
Indeed. Okay, today we're talking about the modern manners crisis. The lack of manners in our modern society. So we have to go back to the beginning, the early roots of manners.
Oh,
ancient,
wow.
Ancient
there you go.
Civilizations.
Yeah.
That's how they're called.
Join the club.
That's what they say. Ancient civilizations.
It's not so easy, is it? Saying words.
Egyptians.
Shut up. Don't make me yawn.
Ancient civilizations. Okay. The early roots. Ancient civilizations. Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans had their codes of conduct for how to behave in public, which was often tied to status. Medieval Europe, manners were tied to chivalry and the church. Table etiquette, like not slurping or grabbing food with both hands, became a sign of being civilized.
What? Both hands?
Yeah, like grabbing whatever with both hands. You would just grab with one hand. Like a roll or something. If you reached out and grabbed it with two hands, that was uncivilized.
I mean, okay. I guess it never occurred to me to use both hands to grab a roll. Because they weigh almost nothing.
Lady.
Okay. What if you're grabbing like an entire rack of lamb?
One hand, pinky up. Renaissance to the Enlightenment. Books on manners exploded in Europe. The most famous, Erasmus's On Civility in Children. Erasmi? On Civility in Children in 1530.
None of that shit.
1530. That's an old ass book. Taught kids not to blow their nose in the tablecloth or wipe their hands on their clothes. Manners became linked to class. Elites used them to separate themselves from the peasants.
From the great unwashed.
Yes.
Wait, did kids really have to be taught not to blow their nose on the tablecloth?
I mean, if you're a kid and you just blow in your nose on cloth because there's no tissue, what is that cloth different from this cloth? And why can't I blow my nose on my shirt and all that stuff? Public behavior became a way to show refinement, self-control, and morality.
Okay. Morality. Okay.
Now we get to America. Early America wanted to be less rigid than Europe, but etiquette guidelines were still hugely popular in the 18th and 19th centuries. Manners in public became about being a good citizen. Politeness, punctuality, and respectfulness were framed as democratic values. So much like eating pie on Thanksgiving, you would be a good citizen by being polite and only grabbing that pie with one hand. One hand.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I do think that manners are important. I take issue with the punctuality part, but I'm one of the only people who I've ever met who doesn't care about punctuality. So continue.
Yep.
Everyone's always like, oh, you're not respecting my time. And I'm like, try having my brain and showing up to somewhere on time. Try that.
I'm just going to set all your clocks an hour ahead.
It doesn't work because they'll know it's an hour ahead.
No, but I'm going to set them an hour ahead on you. You're not going to know.
But I will when I show up to somewhere 5 minutes early and I realize that instead of 55 minutes late, I'm 5 minutes early. Therefore, my clocks must be wrong.
I'll just make sure that everybody shows up 5 minutes early so we're all arriving at the same time.
Okay.
Problem solved.
Okay.
So the 20th century boom. Emily Post in 1922 published Etiquette, which became the American rule book on manners. So schools taught manners: sit up straight, say please, say thank you. Manners in public were linked to dress codes, not swearing, and being quiet on transport. They were seen as signs of decency and middle-class aspiration.
Okay. I do appreciate the silence on public transport.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's extremely rude when people listen to their music or have conversations on speakerphone. I hate that shit.
All right. So moving on to nowadays, the present collapse.
Okay.
The crisis we are currently in. So a lot of it is tied to technology, shockingly. Technology has blurred public and private spaces. People go out in public watching their tiny little screen. You wouldn't grab your roll-away gigantic TV and wheel it with you to the train station. But you can bring your phone and have it blasting whatever you're watching for everyone to hear. Headphones replaced quiet rules. Phones replaced eye contact. Traditional etiquette books faded. They are now replaced by the internet. So what was the Emily Post is now Reddit's Am I the Asshole?
Oh my God.
Like, everything has shifted in a way that is less focused on, it's not about class anymore.
Right.
Even, I mean, the lines of class are so blurred. Billionaires usually walk around wearing like beat up shoes and all caps, and there is no like system of class in the way that people look or act. Most of the time, people that are lower class are trying to act and look higher class.
Yeah,
and people that are higher class are trying to act and look
extremely rich people, like over the top, like you said, billionaires, like people who have like hundreds of millions or billions of dollars. And I guess I'm not saying that they're wrong, but they feel like they have way more money than any living person could ever need in this world. So they don't need to impress anyone.
Right.
They don't need to make a good impression. They don't care if people think that they look sloppy or that there's a stain on their shirt. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
They don't need that person. They don't even have to have a good reputation. They have more money than one person should ever have. So they don't give a shit what they look like.
Right.
And I guess they're right. I'm not saying that like it is right.
Right.
But like they are correct.
Well, I think people used to like want to look a certain status so that people would like respect them more and pay attention to them more.
They know that we hate them. They don't care at this point.
If you have a ton of money, you may not want a ton of attention on
that's
you
true.
all the time.
Yeah.
And so dressing like you don't have a ton of money. And acting maybe like you don't have a ton of money. I'm not saying that these people are rude or don't have manners, but like it's just such a shift in how we used to think of class and status versus what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's completely changed.
Yeah.
So most of the classics that people hate, blasting music and on videos on their phone without wearing headphones, people talking on speakerphone in public.
What is that?
Why?
I would never.
Why?
I would never do it because I wouldn't want to annoy the people around me. And then also, I don't want other people hearing my conversations.
Right.
Even if it's just a quick phone call with my mom about like, hey, I ran into, Grace and Maria's mom today. She says hi. I still don't want strangers hearing that. Like, and then also, I did think for a quick second a few years ago, I was like, oh, maybe it's a little bit elitist of me to think that someone on the bus, for example, which is like a closed environment. So when someone is blasting music, I can't get away from it. It's not like I can cross the street to get away from it. I did think for a while, like, maybe they can't afford headphones. But then I remembered that you can buy those fucking cheap jelly headphones, the plasticky ones.
Store.
They are like $2 these days. So, I mean, if you have, I'm not going to be one of those people who's like, oh, well, if you have a smartphone, you can afford a car and a better life. No, I get it. Smartphones are not as expensive as every other cost in life.
Right.
But you can afford $2.
Yeah, you could get a little pair of headphones.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd be worth it to just keep a few in your bag and just hand them to people and be like, in case you need these.
It's so fucking rude.
FaceTiming?
Oh my God.
FaceTiming in public. People FaceTime.
Okay, I did read a comment recently where someone said that if someone is having a conversation on speakerphone or a FaceTime in public or something like that, that is now a communal conversation.
Oh, so you can just join.
I'm involved.
Yeah.
If I can hear what you're saying and what the person on the other end of the phone is saying, I am now a part of this. Okay. So I'm going to chime in. I'm going to give my opinion. If they're talking about something and I have something to say, I'm going to let them know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought I was involved. I can hear all of this conversation. If you wanted this to be private, why are you sharing it with me?
Sure.
So I'm
looking this. I think you should go a size up. Like just looking over their shoulder.
Yeah. So I'm very tempted to start doing that.
Stay tuned.
And I hate to be this person, but like the people who speak, who have their phones on speakerphone, it's always middle-aged women. Why are you doing this? Why are you making it a problem? I mean, the people who play music without headphones tend to be like younger men.
Yeah.
But the speakerphone conversations is always women. And I'm like, can you stop? Can you stop that?
I feel like I've seen men do it.
Okay.
But it's
I believe you.
more.
I feel like in my experience, it's mostly middle-aged women. Making us look bad. Not that we are middle-aged, but
no,
we will be one day. And I don't
in the future.
Yeah, I don't want to have that to look forward to.
Speaking of things we don't have to worry about, parents letting their kids just run rampant, just scream at the top of their lungs, or throw a fit in a restaurant, or at an amusement park, or at another place where other people that did not agree to care for this child. And if I just ignore it, I don't want to reward your behavior with a reaction. So I'm just going to ignore it. And I want to enjoy my dinner. So I'm just going to ignore it and sit here and enjoy my dinner. And you can throw your fit and then we'll talk about it when we get. No.
If you're going to talk about it at all, it has to be in the moment.
You need to take the child and leave the restaurant. Leave the restaurant.
Yeah. I can't imagine I can't remember a single time when my parents just let me throw a tantrum ever.
I don't
really remember throwing a lot of tantrums, but I do remember like getting upset in a restaurant once, and I think it was like a nicer restaurant, and I was just like, there's nothing for me to eat here, and I think I started like panicking.
Yeah.
Just like as a little kid who was like new to being out in the world, and I was just like, I'm hungry and there's no food, I don't know what to do. And I think my mom just took me outside and like literally sat me down on the steps at the restaurant and was like, they have mac and cheese on the menu. And I was like a really little kid.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, okay. And she was like, we're going to order you mac and cheese. And I was like, okay. And that was it.
Yeah.
But like, she did not let me sit at the table and cry in public so that everyone else's dinner was like awkward because they were like, why is there a crying child? Like, do something.
Yep. My ex is one of 7 children.
What?
And he used to tell me all the time, because we would go out to dinner and like things would happen like this where some kid would be throwing a fit. Mom was Mormon. Is Mormon. Was Mormon? I don't know. But he said
too many.
that she, like, the way that they would react as if one of the children was having an issue throwing a fit, they would be like, if you don't stop, we're going to leave the restaurant and nobody gets to have dinner. Like, we will leave here if you don't stop. And if they continued, they would leave. They would get, I'm so sorry, we need our check. They would literally gather up all fucking 7 kids or however many there were at the time.
Yeah.
Put them back in the car and go home. And I think he said that happened maybe once or twice ever.
Yeah.
Because it's not an empty threat.
Right.
The problem is the empty threat.
Right.
When it's a real threat. Remember last time? Do you remember when we went home last time?
Yeah.
And you couldn't do anything and we went to bed early? Do you remember that? It would stop.
Yeah.
You just have to be willing.
Yeah. I don't understand the point of having kids if you are not going to actively parent them.
Right.
Like,
well,
you can have kids, and I guess by definition you're a parent, but like parenting is a verb.
Right.
Like, you don't just have the baby and then just like go about your life.
And I completely get the like, I just want to sit here and enjoy my dinner, because I feel the same way too, because I'm at the next table. But leave the kid at home.
Yeah.
Like, if you are so committed to, I just want to go out and I want to enjoy, leave the kid somewhere in the car with the window cracked. I'm just kidding. No, but like, it can't be, it can't be, we're going out as a family and I just want to enjoy my dinner no matter what my kid is at. Like, one or the other. You're having one night or the other. You're either having the night where you are going to have to possibly threaten the child with leaving and maybe even make good on that threat and get your food to go and don't get anything for the kid.
Yeah.
You can have peanut butter and jelly. But you need to pick a lane.
Yeah.
It's not.
You have to teach your child how to behave in public, because that's part of parenting.
To subject, like, I know where the kid is getting it from. You have no concern for other people's evenings or the experience that they're having over your child. No wonder your child is a selfish piece of shit.
Yeah, I agree.
And I hope they don't get the mac and cheese. I hope they're out of it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, if your kid is going to act up in a restaurant, like, do something about it.
Yeah.
And my mom, I remember this one particular time we were out with her friend who was visiting from another country, who's like an older gentleman from Belgium. And we were out with him and my sister. And so my mom did not want to leave the restaurant and make us all go home.
Sure.
Because she was like, no, we're out to, lunch or dinner or whatever.
But you can't just do nothing and ignore it and wait for it to wait for the child to wear themselves out.
Right.
No. I'm worn out.
And I wasn't even throwing a fit. I think I was just getting anxious and like worked up.
Yeah.
And she was just like, all right, come on, let's have it. Let's step away and have a conversation.
And the volume level's still here. We're going to step out.
Exactly. And then we came back to the table and I had really delicious mac and cheese. I remember this so specifically because my mom did such a great job like handling the situation, and we all had like a nice little meal and it was fine. But yeah, when I'm in restaurants now and I see kids just running around.
Yep.
And look, I actually have the opinion, and you might disagree with this, and that's fine. But when I go to restaurants and stuff and there are kids just like with an iPod, oh my God.
When I go to restaurants in 2003.
You can tell how old I am. And they have an iPad or like a cell phone or something propped up in front of them. I'm just like, you're not teaching your kid how to behave in public. You're just letting them watch like a cartoon. Like what are you doing here? Why didn't you just leave them at home?
Well, that's cheaper than a babysitter, I will say.
Yeah.
And I would agree with you, but I think that the iPad or iPod.
I really just slept out.
I think that could be an emergency.
Yeah.
We have this in case the child freaks out. And that may be training your child to then just like supported by a screen. But if you don't have the money for a babysitter,
that's a very fair point.
I would prefer that over the screaming. What I do not agree with, and this is a totally different thing, but I think we covered this in the theme parks episode, is the kids going to Disneyland and being in line for a ride and watching a movie on their iPad. What? Like, no, you're not allowed to like. They make the ride, like the lines, cool. You're not standing in a white room with red stanchions. There's shit to look at. To have a conversation, talk about how excited you are to be on there. They're just watching a movie and then they get, oh, okay, is it time for the ride? And then they sit down, and then they go back to their screen. Like, that's not what
they can't have 10 minutes of like having to look up at things in the world.
You're supposed to watch the movies before you get to Disneyland to hype the kid. Anyway, we're getting off topic, but as you mentioned, public transport.
Yes.
People being in close proximity to one another. Personal space, hygiene. Became very important when it came to.
Oh my God.
I think once they started making cities, like once urban areas became a thing, that's when it was more focused on like personal hygiene and like being quiet and respecting other people's space and their desires to possibly not hear you and everything that you're doing at all times. Movie theaters also became a thing.
Oh my God.
Which used to be an event that people would dress up to go to. Now,
like the aeroplane.
People are fucking scrolling on their phone. I think that having your phone open during a movie is really the only time that capital punishment should be used. I think that's the only offense severe enough for the death penalty. I cannot stand. Why? You have any idea how big the screen is? Why are you on your own personal little screen? And why is your personal little screen 30 times brighter than the screen that I'm looking at?
That's obnoxious.
And why you should sit in the fucking back. Sit all the way in the back row. If that's what you're going to be doing with your time, sit all the way in the back and make sure no one sits in the like 3 rows ahead of you.
So are you talking about not during the ads before the movie and then not during the trailers
when the lights
before
come
the
down?
movie? Yeah.
You know that part when like the lights turn from like, oh, it's dark in here to like the lights are coming.
Yeah.
The movie is beginning.
Okay.
Fucking put that shit away.
Yes, absolutely.
They even sometimes at the theater that we go to, they have a little thing before the movie that's like, silence your phones, dumbasses.
Yeah.
They don't say that, but it's implied.
Yep.
And it's understood that you should stop, like, put it away. Nobody wants to see that. I don't want to see your screen. I don't care what the fuck you're looking at. I don't want to see it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it.
Sometimes at movie theaters, if you get there early enough, they play a lot of commercials before the trailers even start. I have definitely pulled out my phone because, like, I will not watch a commercial.
No, it's not even. That's not even like the lights aren't even dimmed. That's like you're walking in.
Yeah.
When they're still like.
But like, why pay for a movie ticket if you're just going to pull out your phone and like scroll through Instagram? You can do that at home for free, and not annoy everyone else who paid fucking $23 for a movie ticket in 2025.
Or there's the people that are like, I just want to know what this actor's from. Look it up after the movie.
Look it up later.
You're going to remember what movie you just saw, right? You're going to remember the name of the movie you just walked out of. You know that you can just like remember the dude's name. Oh, Jeff from this movie that I just watched. Who plays Jeff in this movie? You're going to find out. You might even do that thing where you figure it out halfway and you're like, oh my God, my brain still works. And that's a happy little moment that you get to have that you wouldn't have. Your fucking screen was lighting up the whole row that you're in.
Yeah, that's really obnoxious. That's when like kicking the back of someone's chair should be allowed or encouraged.
Speaking of that, we're moving on to airplanes.
Oh God. Okay.
Because
I did not complain enough about airplanes in that one episode.
I don't know about you, but it seems like people are a little more rude on airplanes.
Oh yeah. Have you seen all those videos of people getting kicked off of flights? That is, you asked in an episode one time what's one of my like favorite guilty pleasure type of videos. That's another one.
Watching white people be forcibly removed from airplanes.
Yep. Yeah, there's a video of a girl who was vaping. And
Lauren Boebert went to on an airplane.
Piece of trash. No, this girl was like, or woman, I guess, was vaping. And someone across the aisle was filming her because obviously she had been doing it. And she was trying to be sneaky. I think she had it up her sleeve or in her hand or something. And
she like, she wasn't just openly like.
No, but she put it to her mouth and then like she put her hand up to her mouth and then she put her hand down. And then a second later, this like plume of smoke came out of her mouth.
How do you think you're hiding that?
Right. And then a flight attendant walked by, and this was clearly not the first time they had said something to her because they like looked at her and she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. And I'm just like, bitch, how do you not mean to put something up against your mouth and like take a drag on it?
Plane doesn't have a bathroom. Why would you not just fucking do that in the bathroom? Like,
well, I think the bathroom is where the smoke detectors are.
Right, but it's a vape pen. It's not going to set off a smoke detector.
Oh, I don't know anything about vaping.
Okay. I
just know you're not allowed to do it on a plane.
Well, yeah, but like that, why? I
don't know. I mean, she was doing something that you know you're not allowed to do on a plane. So clearly she wasn't thinking clearly, or she just didn't give a fuck.
Right.
But yeah, she got kicked off the flight.
I just don't understand how you think that you're like, why hide the pen if you're not gonna to hide the smoke? The pen's not the problem.
The pen is
lady.
not as noticeable.
No one is sitting next to you holding a vape pen and being like, oh fuck, you're holding a vape pen, I can't be near you.
Yeah.
That's so offensive.
Yeah.
It's the fucking plume of like candy scented vape smoke that you're filling the enclosed space with. It's not the pen. The pen doesn't give off anything by itself.
Yeah, the pen is fine. It's what results from you putting the pen up to your mouth and taking a deep breath. Oh
my God.
Yeah.
We've talked about this, how it's gotten so much worse. I feel like everything since COVID, manners have completely gone out the window. Like even COVID manners, which was so bizarre. COVID was the first time that like our society gathered around manners again in a way that we hadn't in like if even just the like covering your mouth when you sneeze and not wiping something and then touching like the washing your hands. Lots of people were shocked at how long the bathroom lines were, specifically for men's bathrooms. After it was announced that you should wash your hands after you go to the bathroom.
After they learned that for the first time.
Like plugged into when people started repeating that on the news, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, suddenly that magical line that never appeared in a men's bathroom but was always, oh, the women take so long to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, it's because we wash our hands.
What the fuck?
Like, we know why it takes
all
us
of a
longer.
Sudden, the lines are the same. Okay.
Again, exhausted.
But that was COVID. And then after COVID, everyone was like, this is it. We're all gonna, like, forever. Can you ever imagine coming home and not washing your hands? Nobody does that shit anymore. People sneeze out in the open. There is no spatial awareness of people giving you enough space. Like, people, it just went right back.
Yeah.
Like, it snapped back to the shitty way it was before.
Well, a few things. First of all, I love coming home and washing my hands.
Yeah.
I love it. It makes me feel so clean and so fresh to just come home, especially, like I said, if I do take public transportation, which is like disgusting. Even if you try not to touch anything, it's just so germy. I love walking in the door and washing my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. It makes me feel like a princess. I'm like, I am so lucky to have access to like hot water and soap at this moment in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a luxury.
Yeah.
I love it. I encourage it.
And a towel.
Try it out. Yeah, it's great. The other thing is, like, I think our experience during COVID was that people were more polite. We also live in California.
I don't think that people were more polite. I just think that the rules of
the like
decency of like clean up after yourself and stay away from people.
Yeah, but that didn't happen everywhere.
Oh, sure.
You and I just live in a very
it was just
liberal
the first
place.
Time that society had been like, hey, you know what we should do?
Oh yeah,
something like maybe not spitting all over each other as we're talking. Like,
you're right.
Happened. We've only been sliding in the one direction, and then COVID was like, maybe we could go back in this. No, okay.
Yeah. No, it's definitely worse since COVID. I think people have a much more like fuck it attitude.
So you think that?
Oh,
there are surveys that have been taken because of this phenomenon.
Okay.
A recent Pew Research Center survey in November of 2024 found that 47% of U.S. adults say that behavior in public is ruder than before the COVID-19 pandemic. 47%. Almost half of us think that people are more rude than before COVID.
Yeah, I agree.
The rest of us are more rude than before COVID. I feel like about 53% of people are fucking more rude.
Yeah, I think the people who would say that other people are more rude, they're not the rude ones.
Yeah, no, of course. No, I'm not. Nobody's rude. I'm fine. About 34% of those adults say that almost always they see rude behavior when out in public. Another 46% see it sometimes. 46% see it sometimes. So the feeling that manners have gotten worse is shared by almost half of the population.
Mm-hmm.
So airline passenger conduct data, a bunch of data on unruly passenger incidents, verbal abuse, intoxication, refusal to follow rules, etc., vaping, supports the idea that the misbehavior on flights has become more common, especially during and immediately after big parts of the pandemic. So the International Air Transportation Association, your favorite, the IATA.
Yes, of course.
IATA. Reported that unruly incidents increased in 2022 versus 2021. So after COVID, just getting worse and worse. Mm-hmm. Specifically, one incident per 568 flights in 2022, up from one incident per 835 flights in 2021.
Wow. That's a big jump.
That's a lot. That's like almost twice as many incidents happening from just 1 year to the next. Physical abuse on flights is rare, but still saw an increase, a 61% rise in physical abuse from 2021 to 2022, occurring once every 17,200 flights. The
physical abuse.
Yeah.
So like getting into a physical, like not just yelling and screaming, but actually like
it is rare,
someone.
But it's up 61%. So
Jesus.
Still rare, but growing in popularity.
Man, people are embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
Yep. The FAA's numbers show a spike in unruly behavior around 2021. For instance, in 2021, there were nearly 6,000 incidents reported. Many were connected with mask mandates and compliance issues.
Oh my God.
The shark peak has been declining. By 2023, reported incidents dropped by 80% from the 2021 peak because mask mandates went away, though still above pre-pandemic levels. So we're still getting worse. COVID still did make it worse overall, I guess. So you'll be shocked to find this is not just in the United States. Ireland's aviation body noted a statistically significant increase in unruly/difficult passenger incidents for Irish carriers in 2023 versus 2022, according to the Irish Times. So globally, the pattern is similar. Although it's hard to say, are those just Americans traveling to Ireland?
Well, I was actually just going to ask that. Are those domestic flights within Ireland? Because there are plenty of flights from the U.S. to Ireland and vice versa.
Or we're flying the people there and then they're taking domestic flights within Ireland. Because when I went to Ireland, I took little flights around because they're like $6 or whatever the fuck. It's so cheap to do that.
Huh.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are cultural differences in general. Like in America, we favor individualism and informality. We tend to favor things like friendliness and casualness. So like first names and, oh no, call me Kate. It's fine. Just whatever, we use politeness through friendliness. So we ask, how are you? But we don't actually expect a response. We don't really care how you are. Hi, how are you? How's it going? That's just how we talk.
Yeah.
That is our version of like being polite and friendly and not rude, but we're not actually asking.
Yeah.
How people are.
I know. I realized a few years ago, like when I was working in retail, that, I had always known that when I met like a customer or someone new, I would say, hi, how are you? But I never really thought about it that much. And then a few years ago, I was like, I'm going to stop saying that because it is genuinely so fake. So someone would walk in the door and I'd just be like, hi. And then I was like, oh my God, what do I say next? That's so awkward.
I feel like what it is it's to trigger the person saying good, because then that makes you think that you're like, it's a little subtle, like psychological trick.
Yeah.
Because you just want to respond good, even if you're horrible, even if you're having the worst day ever. Hi, how are you? Good. And then saying good in that like, kind of voice.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're all supposed to do.
Yeah.
Kind of is meant to trick your brain into like, oh, I am good, even if you're feeling awful.
I've started responding with like, oh, I'm okay. How are you? And then that's like more honest.
Yeah.
But I'm still not going to burden you with all of the bullshit that's happening in my life. And then it makes them not want to have small talk with me.
Yeah, see, I always hated that when I was a customer service
Yeah.
person, because I would be like, oh, you're just okay? I'm at work.
Yeah. The worst place to be. Let's quit our jobs.
We do have directness, though.
Okay.
Compared to many parts of the world, Americans are more comfortable saying no or complaining or asking for what they want directly.
Americans complain?
Yeah, a little bit, I've heard. So compared to Asia, in Japan,
oh God,
politeness and hierarchy dominate. Bowing is more respectful than handshakes. Silence is polite in Japan.
Damn.
Can we go there, please?
Yes.
Saying no directly is often avoided. Table manners are very strict. In China, loudness isn't necessarily rude in public spaces. So like eating noises like slurping, burping can be signs of enjoyment.
Ew.
And not necessarily poor manners.
Okay, so I'm not going to go to China.
Hierarchy matters at the dinner table. Elders eat first.
Okay.
In India, hospitality is huge. Offering food and insisting guests eat is a sign of respect. Maybe you need to go to India. Eating with the right hand is important.
Yeah, but I don't like Indian food.
Oh my God. Forgot.
I know. Every time I tell someone that, they're like shocked.
I gotta make some good Indian food for you.
Okay.
Shoes are removed before entering homes and temples in a lot of Asian cultures. There's just different things that make you polite in certain places. I heard about this recently. France, greetings matter. Saying bonjour before any interaction is very important, like essential. I think it was Natalie Portman in some interview or something where she said people go to Paris and they walk into a store and they're like, do you have this in a size whatever? And they think that that's so rude to just walk in and start talking. You walk in and you say, bonjour. Do you have this in a size? And just that little hello pause and then start your sentence will apparently, like, I think that's why French people are so rude to Americans.
Because we're like, rude
so
first.
Many people. Yeah, because we're perceived by them as being horribly rude with every interaction because we don't know to just say bonjour and then stop for a second.
I don't think that I would walk into somewhere and immediately start talking. Would you?
I don't think so, but maybe.
I'm trying to picture, like, okay, I walk into a store in the US. I think I would immediately say, like, hi, excuse me, and then ask my question.
Right.
I would just never go up to someone and be like, do you have this in purple?
I think I would be like, hi, can I get this in a blah, blah, blah? But like, hi.
Oh, then you pause. Do you wait for them to respond or you just wait for them to like look at you?
That I don't know.
Natalie didn't tell you that.
She didn't say that in the interview.
Rude.
I'm not sure. Okay.
Natalie Portman, famously rude.
So Germany, I don't think we can go to Germany. Germany rules in orderliness.
Why can't we go to Germany?
Surprising. Politeness. Being on time is a form of respect.
Oh, fuck.
So I have to tell you that the time zone is different in Germany than it actually is. Direct communication is valued and not seen as rude, obviously.
Yeah.
Germans are very direct.
They are.
They're not very polite.
They are not polite in the sense that they're like frilly and over the top.
Yes, there's no hi, how are you?
Right. But I don't know if they're blunt.
Yes.
I don't know if they're rude.
No,
they're blunt.
I didn't say they're rude. They're just not like overly polite in their vocabulary, I guess, or the way that they.
And they are very much like, here is a rule. Mm-hmm. We are going to follow it. Mm-hmm. And if you do not follow it, I'm going to tell you to your face that you're not following it so that you can fix your behavior so that you can be a better member of society.
It's a little of that American directness, but for a purpose and not just complaints.
And not just to be like, I need my voice to be heard, so I'm going to bitch and moan about this.
In the UK, politeness is an understatement. Apologies are frequent, as this is the sorry culture.
Yeah, have you met me? And I'm not even British.
Queuing is sacred. Cutting in line is a social crime.
As it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Also punishable by death, in my opinion. I think cutting in line is one of the worst, like, societal faux pas. Yeah.
Shitty.
Yeah.
I need to be here.
Yeah. Like, I may show up late to something, not on purpose, of course, just because I can't manage my time or myself or my life. But if I show up to somewhere and there's a line, of course I'm going to get to the back of the line. Mm-hmm. Because I do not think that my time is more important than yours. Why would I walk to the front of the line? Like, of course not. I'm not a dick. Yeah, the Brits have the right idea.
In Latin America, Mexico, Brazil, etc., warmth and physical affection are common. Hugging, cheek kissing, even between acquaintances.
Yeah.
I don't think that my Germanness would like that very much. Meal times
or my events. Britishness. Please don't touch me.
Lingering at the table is considered polite. I can do that. Latin America has very good wine. I can get on with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that when I was in Mexico, they don't rush you.
Yeah. They're not trying to turn the table over.
Because food is sacred.
Yeah.
And they want you to enjoy yourself. They expect you to take your time and enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there's big cultural contrasts. There's been a decline over time, and Americans are seen as loud.
Yeah.
Which is pretty accurate.
Yep.
But tipping is mandatory here.
Yes.
Which is another thing that is very rude to other people in other countries.
Oh,
if you tip in another country, they consider it to be rude and strange and awkward. And then people from other countries come here and they're like, so I give you $1? And they're like, I waited on you for 4 hours.
$1?
You give me many dollars.
Thank you. I have rent to pay.
Exactly.
And my job certainly isn't paying it.
Yep. And then even personal space. So, like, Americans typically want about 18 inches of space in conversation. In Latin America or the Middle East, standing closer is so much more normal. In Northern Europe, even more distance is polite.
I fucking love.
So we are like the Goldilocks.
Yeah.
Of personal space.
Yeah. Man, I need to get myself over to Northern Europe, like ASAP.
So,
for the weather,
my question for you,
for the silence. Yes.
What manners do you wish were more prevalent, either like that we could adopt from another country in this country, or that we used to have and maybe don't anymore because of time?
Well, I think the biggest thing that annoys me that I've already talked about today is just the like respecting other people in public.
Yeah.
Like listen to headphones.
It's a noise thing.
It's a noise thing. You don't need to have a conversation about nothing on speakerphone on the bus. I can hear your conversation.
Yeah.
This isn't pressing.
Right. Get a podcast. For fuck's sake. If you want to drown on for, I don't know, 53 minutes straight, let's just say, just do it on a podcast.
Yeah, there's no reason to just be catching up with someone. And you know how some people have phone calls just to have something to do?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear someone else's. I don't even like doing that.
Yeah.
So I think it is the noise thing. So that would be like the biggest thing if I could pick one thing for Americans to change. But I also really appreciate the German like directness because I was born and raised in the US to an American mother and to a British father. So there's no part of me that ever wants to like tell someone when I'm upset with them ever. Ever. I don't want to. I'm non-confrontational. I never want to. I'm not direct. I'm not blunt. I will bite my tongue even when I shouldn't. So I do wish that Americans were more blunt and more direct because I think that that would be a better thing to have in our society.
That quality personally,
but then I don't want to be direct with someone or be blunt with someone and have them think that I'm being rude.
I think for me, I just wish we were a little bit more like the Japanese in our cleanliness. I wish people would clean up after themselves. I wish people were not so disgusting. I wish it wasn't, I'm just going to leave this mess here.
Wish people wouldn't leave trash every single place.
Yep.
Including the moon.
Yep.
Yeah, I also on the bus sometimes will see people stand near the door and they'll be like drinking a soda or whatever. And then the door opens at a bus stop and they just throw the cup out onto the sidewalk. And like they stay on the bus.
No.
They just throw their trash out when the door opens.
Is there a way to just give them a nice good kick?
Just shove them out the door?
Just a good kick in the side of the
hip.
Oh,
your cup fell out. I'll just have you join your cup.
Go get that for you. You dropped something. Your favorite cup.
Yeah, I agree with you. Good point.
God help us all. All right, for our closing segment, I have 4 fall facts.
Yay!
Because I'm so excited that it's fall.
So exciting. This is the best time of year because there's the most amount of time between now and when it gets hot again.
Next summer. Yep. I mean, even though it is still hot, but we're on a good trend. We're going into the cold.
Yeah. The worst time of year in LA is like June. Because even if it's still kind of cool, you know that it's coming.
That there'll be like 4 months.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, 4 fall facts.
Yay.
Number 1. Ancient people wore Halloween costumes to hide from ghosts. Legitimately.
What?
Yep.
Where did you find that?
I forget where I looked these up. On the internet.
Okay. Do you have more details about?
I'm trying to say. Jesus.
Well, sometimes you're just like, nope, moving on.
The Celtic tradition believed that ghosts roamed the earth on Halloween, and wearing a disguise would help you blend in with these spirits. So that's why people dressed up as ghosts.
So it's like in the zombie apocalypse when you dress up as the zombie.
You got a Shaun of the Dead of it.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead.
You got a Shaun of the Dead it.
Yes.
You got to Bill Murray it.
Yes.
Except then you still might get shot.
Yeah, don't do that. But yeah, that's why we dress up on Halloween, and that's why Halloween costumes are mandatory. I put that on every Halloween invitation ever. I put it on this year's. I will not have it any other way, especially for a Halloween party. It's the one It's the one thing.
If you're gonna go out on Halloween, you're gonna like go to a bar. You don't have to dress up. You can see everyone else's costumes.
Sure.
If you're gonna go to someone's home,
and this is not. I'm not complaining. I love to put so much energy into these parties.
Yeah.
I love transforming my home.
Yeah.
And myself and everything. That like when you come to, I'm not asking you to bring anything. You will come to a party. You will get fed amazing food. You'll have incredible drinks. You are going to enjoy I'm spending money and so much time. And I'm not asking for a lot. I'm not asking for you to do some crazy, elaborate, ornate thing where you spend a ton of money or craft together an entire outfit from scratch that takes you weeks on end. Something. Do something. Put one little bit of effort in. I just don't want you to see you show up in a t-shirt and jeans. Like, I put so much time and energy into making this party amazing. I never have a dress code for anything I do. I never invite people, you have to dress fancy, you have to dress this, it's the one fucking party.
Yeah.
One thing. Last year for my birthday, I did like a birthday bar crawl thing, and Callie showed up in that awesome, she had like a dress shirt that had like rips and blood stains all over it, and it was just like her attacked by a zombie shirt or whatever.
Oh, and Hollywood.
She's worn it over and over, like for several different Halloweens, and it's
smart
just like,
girl.
That's it. That's all I needed.
This is my Halloween
one
costume.
Fucking thing. I needed. You have one garment that you get from a thrift store that you like destroy or do something to or make it. Doesn't have to be complicated. It has to be one fucking thing. Put forth the tiniest bit of energy. And if not, the ghost will come get you. And that's a direct threat.
You have the power.
I do. Fact number 2. Americans typically refer to this time of year as fall.
Mm-hmm.
Fall facts. The British use the word autumn.
Yeah, I call it autumn. Do you not call it autumn?
No.
Just fall? I mean, I use the word fall, but I consider the season to be called autumn.
No.
I mean, I don't say it like that. I say autumn because I'm American. Autumn. Yeah, autumn.
Historically, fall was considered harvest, which nobody uses because of the harvest moon that occurs close to the autumn equinox.
Oh, I thought we were moving on to fact number 3, and I was like, yup.
No.
Okay, so you were saying that it used to be, the season used to be called harvest
season. Yes.
Oh, I mean, I've heard this time of year referred to as harvest season, but I've never heard anyone call this particular season just harvest.
It used to be harvest.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So we've fractured. We called different things, but it's better than harvest.
Yeah.
Number 3. The fall colors are caused by the amount of sugar in the leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. The redder the leaf, the more sugar the leaf is storing. That's why maple trees are so vibrant, because all the sugar and maple. Evergreens don't change much because their leaves have a thick wax covering that protects the chlorophyll, or the green, in the leaves. So the cool thing about that is that the leaves are not changing, like they're not transforming to a different color. Those are the colors that were always inside the leaf, beneath the surface. So every leaf, like when you look at a tree and it's green, there's like a whole rainbow of colors, especially a maple tree. Like there's reds and oranges and yellows and all of those things underneath the surface that we just can't see.
Whoa.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah. I love when the leaves change color.
Yeah. Well, and like it happens here, but it's like they turn brown or whatever. And then you go back to New England area.
And my God.
They you will see an entire Bob Ross painting's worth of colors in one fucking tree. Like in a leaf, in a single leaf. I remember picking up leaves off the ground, like giant like maple leaves, and they would be like red, but then the tips would be like still green, and then there was orange and yellows, like all in one leaf. And then you'd take it home and be like, I'm gonna keep this forever, and then it would turn brown in 2 days.
Yeah, we had the house I grew up in our front yard, we had a massive, like a really, really tall tree, and I don't remember what kind of tree it was, but it had like the massive leaves that you're talking about, and it was so tall. And during the autumn, the leaves at the top of the tree would start to change color because they're the furthest away from the roots. So they lose like the nutrients the fastest. And so the colors
tips. And it like turns into
and then over a month or two, the red and the yellow and the orange would just come down the tree, and they'd, oh my God, it was so beautiful. Yeah, that's the other thing about LA. It just kind of takes the fun out of autumn, because
the one thing I do remember maybe it was my first like autumn in LA, where I lived in like a neighborhood or something. And I remember walking, I think I was on Halloween morning, I was walking through the neighborhood and all the leaves had fallen. And I got to like hear that crunching sound of my feet like in my boots as I was walking with the leaves underneath. And that, yes, you don't get their colors, but like just the crunching sound of leaves.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. The fourth fall fact.
Okay.
Fact number 4. Fall. Children born in the fall are statistically better students and live longer, according to the UK Department of Education and the University of Chicago. Fall is the best time to be born.
Wow, I wonder why you came to that conclusion.
I didn't. The UK Department of Education and the University of Chicago, however, did.
I have heard that kids who are born in the fall tend to be taller.
Awesome.
Because their parent was pregnant with them over the summer, and the extra vitamin D helped their bones grow more. And so like their leg bones are literally longer. And so they're a little taller.
That makes sense.
Obviously, genetics play a huge difference. But if you have the same two parents and they have a kid, if that kid is born in the fall versus like spring or early summer, they might be a little bit taller.
Well, there we have it. It's the best.
Okay.
It's just the best.
My birthday's in March, but okay.
Imagine how much taller you would be. If
I'd be very tall.
Okay. In closing, people are rude.
Yep.
They need to knock it off.
Yep.
And fall is the best and the best time to be born. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I guess I'll agree with that.
Thank you so much for listening and watching. Our next episode will be out Friday. We will be talking about American history, part 1 of 80.
Which is ridiculous because I actually do really hate American history. But I guess that's...
Nobody told you to do it.
I think it's dumb. No. I know. I'm doing this to myself.
Thank you so much for listening and watching. You can catch Victoria doing that to herself for some reason on Friday. You can catch more episodes, more video episodes on YouTube and Spotify, and audio episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
Yes.
Please subscribe to all of those things.
It'd be really fun for us.
Leave us a review.
Yeah.
Like, comment, emoji. DM us your episode topics.
Yes, please.
Because history of America, American history will be Victoria's for the next part of the year, I guess. The rest of 2025. I, however, will be taking recommendations. Please send those through. You can find us at Everything's Done Pod on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
I think that's it.
We're on Twitch, but I don't think we've ever done anything on Twitch.
You can still follow us.
Yes.
Why not?
You just follow, like, and subscribe to everything.
Yeah.
Everywhere. All of it.
It's really not that hard.
And it's not rude.
Right. It's actually quite polite,
I'm being
I feel.
very American direct right now.
Yeah.
In asking for what I want and complaining about the things that I don't want, which is not enough people subscribing and following and liking and commenting and suggesting topics. So as an American, being a good citizen, and I am telling you right now, go fucking do that.
Yeah, it's the polite thing to do.
Yep.
So,
all right, be nice and polite out there. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.